back, everybody. Deck Hockey Focus here, checking in with you guys. Again, we've got the club championships coming up. Shackelford, we got a treat for everybody, too. We're trying something a little bit different here.
We are actually going to call this a prep show, almost a bracket reveal for the club championships coming up in 2 weeks in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. So what we have going on today is we have 3 captains, leaders of their teams from Niagara War Pigs, Montreal Red Light,
and Niagara Rebels. So we're going to go to them periodically. They're going to do a kind of pick your own bracket, choose your own destiny thing. It's really complicated, but before we hop into it too much, are we going to get a look at the tournament here?
Yeah, I think so. We have Gregory, player for Team USA, coming up in June, and Pittsburgh Gods. He's actually at the rink in Pittsburgh. He's going to give us a little lowdown about kind of the energy and excitement coming into this weekend or weekend after next, and everything that they've got rocking and rolling to make this a great weekend. It's going to be a different environment
than we've seen in the past. So let's hop out there right quick and see what he's got to say. Steve, how's it going, bud?
Things are fantastic. Good. Yeah, there's lots of build-up excitement for the tournament coming up. There was recently a lower tier tournament here, actually at the same facility a couple weeks ago, and lots of buzz about it. Lots of people were stopping me and saying they're really looking forward to seeing that high level of hockey, in their backyard. A lot of the times, we have to go, away. We have to go to Canada. We have to go to, Philly to, play in these monster tournaments. And now there's finally one in their backyard, and lots and lots of buzz about it. Lots of youth organizations throughout the city of Pittsburgh. They're getting flyers trying to promote the event a little bit. So I can imagine it's going to have an electric atmosphere. I'm sure very similar to, the 3-on-3 tournament that, we came to out in Iowa. I'm sure it's going to be very similar to how the Burroughs Cup is. So we hope that we can put on a show for sure.
That's good. Well, we hope to help out with that as much as we can. We'll be doing live coverage. We'll actually be on site for the first time in a while, keeping everybody dialed in there. So we hope that to be some of the best coverage that we've ever done. But Shackelford, should we look through some of the pools here?
Yeah, so this tournament in itself has an A pool aspect and a B pool aspect. For the brackets that we're about to announce, that's the A pool. The B pool's kind of been predetermined already, and that's what you can see right there. You have B1 and B2. So for the B1 grouping, coming back out east from LA,
who we've seen in the past, the Barons.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to be matched up with another hometown team, the Pittsburgh Dirty Birds, and the East Coast Empire, along with the Rhode Island Rage.
And then in the B pool 2, new one to me here is As Is Tradition. Love the logo, boys. Not too familiar with you so far. But then we've got Pittsburgh Blitzkrieg, another kind of hometowner there. And then Garden State Indians. And then we have Hamilton Outlaws?
The Hamilton
to
Outlaws.
round that out. So now kind of explain how there's going to be some overlap between the pools.
There's stuff. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of crossing after round 1, something of that nature.
There's a relegation factor to it. Okay. The top 2 teams from the B pool will have the opportunity to play the bottom 2 teams from the A pool.
Nice.
On Saturday night, I believe, and that's going to determine what actually makes up the money round on Sunday.
So nobody gets a soft schedule this weekend.
It's definitely not a practice tournament. The guys in the B pool are going to have to play and work hard to get that opportunity for the A pool. Yeah. So it's almost like, if you think about it, like the A pool gets a bye for the first round, the B pool has to play in to get to that point.
I like it. Play in game. Keep things competitive. But so now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing.
Absolutely. The meat and potatoes, what we're all looking forward to here, and what kind of we've been planning for, and what everybody on the phone is waiting for, is to find out who they're actually playing. So the way this is going to go is every team has been randomly and I would say arbitrarily assigned a number. So we're not going to pull a team name. We're not going to do anything like that. It's going to be a number that's pulled and announced.
So you can't stack your own deck, boys.
Sean is the only one who knows what those numbers correlate to for a team. So as we kind of transfer locations, a number's going to be pulled. Sean's going to have that logo on the screen, so we're all going to find out at the same time who that bracket is going to be filled with.
It's going to be smooth.
So we want to...
No technical difficulty. So who's going first? Who's going first here? We're cutting out to who?
Do we want to go out to Niagara?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go out to Mike. Mike, you hearing us all right still?
Yeah, pretty good.
Appreciate you joining us, bud. Oh, I'm sorry. No. We're with...
Oh, sorry. That's our bad.
Whatever. We're going out of order here. We've never done one of these before, so we're kind of going live. But we're out with Brian. So give us a little bit of look at the War Pigs. First of all, have there been any changes in the roster? What's your guys' team look like?
I think we have a lot to prove for sure. Our team's kind of changed over the past couple seasons. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Orangemen that play in the Tier 1 circuit, but we've been mixing and matching with a couple of their teams, looking at some more local younger talent, and just trying to shape our team up all around.
Well, fantastic. You guys are certainly a formidable opponent. So are you ready for the first pick here? You got your numbers on hand?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Throw them all in one bowl? Because I have them in 3 separate ones right now.
Yeah, just mix them all up. And,
just do whatever. You can't pick the wrong number this time, so we'll see. I'm sure we'll deal with it later on, but right now we should be smooth.
All right. First number.
Drum roll? Do we do a drum roll for this? Like, just tap
Let's
on
do
the
it.
table?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got?
We got 11.
11?
Number 11.
All
Shawnee,
right.
what do we have?
I don't know what an algorithm is, but I think we have one of those, so we'll pop it in the machine.
Lemonster.
Lemonster American, so right out of the gate with some freaking talent.
Yeah, Lemonster, obviously one of those high-level, ultra competitive teams.
Absolutely.
They're led this weekend by Nick Carter and Corey Wilson on the defense, but a team that's always competitive, always goes deep, and it's pretty.
That's a tough pick.
It's a pretty rough number 1 to pull out of the hat there.
Good, so we're off to a good start. Good matchups only this weekend. So where are we cutting to now?
We are going to go.
Get it right. Oh,
we're going to go up to Montreal with Carl.
Up north. Carl, how's it going, bud?
I'm good. Yourselves?
Doing quite well. So Montreal Red Lite, a name that a lot of people are familiar with. You guys have, I guess more so in recent years, been frequenting the 3-on-3, but by, I guess, our previous conversation, you guys consider yourselves more of a 5-on-5 team. So are you guys excited to get back 5-on-5 and some full ice hockey?
Yeah, exactly. We've been playing at 3-on-3 tournaments in the Burroughs Cups for the last 2 or 3 years. So we've split our squads in 2 in the last in those years. So it's going to be the first time since I think since the last Canadian Championships that we bring all our team together. So pretty excited about that.
Any new additions to the squad that we should know about? Any big names or anyone?
Some guy named Alex Burrows, I think, should be there. So I don't know if you guys know him.
I think I've seen him on the Red Light roster before for sure. So you guys are a formidable opponent. So we'll see who you guys pull. Obviously, there's still a lot of talent, a lot of great teams left in there. So I don't know if you got a fishbowl full of numbers or what. But go ahead
can I just go and pick a number myself?
Do it.
As long as it's not 11.
Pick
you
a
can
number
pick
other than
whatever
11.
I'll go with number 7 then.
Number 7. Sean, what do we have?
Cross it off the list.
All right, Barry or
Barry.
ballhockey.com Flyers.
Yeah, recently sponsored by ballhockey.com. That's quite a big deal there.
So obviously the Flyers, a great organization, and then having that ballhockey.com association, which is one of the largest ball hockey organizations in North America. We follow ballhockey.com a lot. That's kind of where we get
Get
their
our rankings and things like that.
But that's going to be a huge matchup there coming in. Top competition again. I mean, I don't even know what to say there other than ouch.
There's not going to be there's obviously not going to be a soft pool to play in the way that it's set up right now. So let's keep it moving here. Last but not least.
All right, the Rebels. Mike, how we doing?
How's it going, Mike?
Good. Ready to go here.
Loving that Rebels jersey in the background.
Yeah.
The 2 numbers that are off the table so far are 7 and 11. Should be pretty easy to remember there. But before we let you pick one here, give everybody a look at what the Rebels are bringing to the table this weekend.
I got a few new faces from the last few years. I guess every team adds a couple pickups for these big time tournaments. Other than that, just the regular squad, just a lot of speed.
So you've added some guys from the Edmonton Savages as well?
Yeah, we added 2 guys from Edmonton Savages. One guy used to play for us here when he lived here years ago, so he's pretty familiar to the club. And he's bringing 1 guy with him.
Nice. Well, obviously some competition there with quite a few Canadian national championships under their belts. So hopefully that you get that chemistry gel and that speed. So you guys are always a tough play, tough out. So let's
get a number that's not 7 or 11.
let's see who we're picking in the first round.
We'll go with 9.
Team 9.
Ooh,
Sean.
That's what I would have picked.
Penn Hills Arsenal.
Arsenal.
So a local team there. Penn Hills not having to travel too far, but obviously a great franchise there. It's coached by George Tarantino and Rip Mannion. Getting the full roster back. Ryan Crossy, Captain Bill Sullivan. They didn't make, I would say in the North Americans, probably not their best showing, but they have a lot to prove this tournament, and I'm not going to discount anybody here.
We could see some of these teams that have kind of had a chance to knock the rust off. I mean, even with the gods, running 2-a-days and things like that. So
yeah, but
it's early in the season, so really anybody could be anything.
Well, and they do have that winning streak behind them right now, playing in Barrie, Ontario, and picking up that championship at the World Outdoor Tournament.
That's big. That's big. So we're going back to the start again.
Yep. We're going back
I'm not
to
sure if we're snake drafting this or what.
We are not. We're going to Szolga.
All right, so time for the second picks here. Can we cut back? Yes, there we go. Back to Brian. Brian, you got your fish bowls ready again? Numbers that are off the table, 7, 11, and 9.
Let's go with 5.
Number 5.
5 it is. Guys.
Oh, Garden State.
Garden State. That's our favorite team.
So, Garden State Warriors right now, obviously that newer franchise led and coached by Johnny Ruiz, a huge name in USA ball hockey.
Absolutely.
So great talent there.
Well, and we've seen them tearing up some tournaments lately.
Yeah, two
Bit of a newcomer, but they've certainly come out of the gates hard.
Yeah,
we're arbitrarily rooting for these guys. You send us merch, we root for you.
Yeah, thanks you for the gifts, guys. We appreciate that.
We love it, boys.
Garden State, that their young team, they're fast.
Yeah.
First 2 tournaments, 2 finals. North Americans, they had that heartbreaker, that overtime that didn't quite get them there. But obviously, it's a team you cannot overlook, and that first bracket there is looking
It's a heavy bracket for sure.
Garden State, the War Pigs, and Leominster all in the first kind of couple games here. That's going to be some great ball hockey to watch.
It's going to be an interesting championship Sunday. Okay, so now we're going round 2 again here. We're out to Montreal again. Carl, numbers are ticking off left and right. Options that are still on the table, 4, 8, 6, 10, 12. So basically pick an even number.
I'll go with number 4.
Number 4.
Graphics. Phoenixville Graphics.
So obviously good friends of the show, Phoenixville.
The quote we always drop too is they like to be a tough upset.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough team to play. They always are. Tyler Kaba, one of the kind of leading scorers on that team, a great player across the board. Not that far of a trip when we're coming from Philly. So it's a couple hour drive. They have a bit of a commute, so the opportunity for bus legs is a lot less there.
Yeah.
Look to have a great matchup against those guys again. Dan Caldwell, I love his quote. He's like, we're not going to be the best team in the league or in the tournament, but we're going to be the hardest team, and you don't want to play us on Sunday.
I love
So
that.
we're going to find out. Phoenixville being added to Montreal Red Light's bracket.
They've got a tough road ahead of them. I feel bad for those guys. Jeez.
But going back out to Mike. Mike, how we doing?
Good.
Mike,
right.
we got 8, we got 6, 10, we got noise,
and 12.
8, 6, 8, 10, 12. Give us a pick here. Make it a good one.
Let's go with 12.
12.
Number 12.
Sean, put it in the magic machine. Oh, the Godfathers, the best dressed team in ball hockey, as voted on by us just now. I mean, we saw them in the North Americans.
Yeah.
I mean, that championship game was incredible. They've got a level of play that
High energy team too.
Yeah.
You notice they bring out their boombox there, disco ball, get hyped up, get prepped. Ottawa again, as Mock said, that kind of overtime, thriller game at the North Americans.
And it was a high score for a change. I feel like a lot of times when we see these top teams, they're so focused on shutting each other down, and that was one of the first times that we saw just heavy competition
Back
that
and
was
forth.
finding gaps and making scoring opportunities and things like that. So I think we're gonna have a high scoring tournament. It's gonna be fantastic.
Definitely going to be a
That's
great
a tough
matchup
pull.
there. Yeah.
That's a tough pull.
All right. Well, hey,
Last
round 3.
round.
Yeah.
Last round.
Let's do it.
So what was that? Okay, yeah, we crossed that off.
Yep.
Perfect.
So let's go back. Let's go back to Brian.
Brian, who are the War Pigs taking next? We've got 6, we've got 8, we've got 10 left on the board.
Who else can I stack in this bracket? My God. Let's go with 10.
Number 10.
10. Still have the Pittsburgh Gods out there. Who else do we still have out there?
The
Savages.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
So coming from Stony Creek, great team there. At the North Americans, I saw him play not only one of the better defensive games, but more of a disciplined, but also not only defensively minded, very fast, a lot of offense, a lot of explosion.
Yeah, generating out of that sort of trap mentality.
We just completed our first bracket, but I don't think it's unreal to say that that's probably going to be the hardest bracket we might see. There's going to be a lot of tough games in round robin play.
I don't know if I would want to be in. I don't know if I would want to be the graphics right now, just with.
Well, we have picks left, but I'm just saying that's the last one.
I don't know what Montreal's going to bring to the table, so I'm nervous about that. But speaking of,
let's see who Montreal's going to. Let's see who Montreal's going to take in their last pick. Carl, what do you got?
So we've got 6 and
we're going 8. With number 8.
Number 8.
There it is.
Love that. Pittsburgh Gods.
Pittsburgh Gods. This is going to be a matchup. So wait, that means that they're guaranteed to play each other in the first round at some point.
They're playing in the round robin 100%.
Oh, Phoenix.
We don't know what the schedule is yet. Obviously, we're just finding out what the components are or in competition.
Yeah.
But there will definitely be a round robin play between the Pittsburgh Gods and the Montreal Red Lite.
So basically, the only time that we've seen maybe some sort of a matchup between these two is when we were at our 3-on-3 tournament here, where the Gods brought sort of a condensed roster, and then with this Louisiana hot sauce jersey you see here, they teamed up. Some of the Red Light guys teamed up with some guys from down south and made a team. So not necessarily a Red Light team, but they had
Yannick Young. That was playing for the Duckheads here.
A couple of guys that we've seen before, but seeing everybody in their own natural environments is going to be incredible.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh, obviously coming off that Super Bowl bye week championship back-to-back there, one of the most decorated teams in the United States, playing arguably the best decorated team in North America, Montreal Red Lite.
We've seen the Gods. What were they coming into the North Americans on Championship Sunday? They were like the 6th seed or something that. So it's not like they have just clean slate the whole time.
No, they've had to work.
They have longevity and they can work through some adversity. So
absolutely,
anything can happen.
This is gonna be awesome.
So who's our last but not least team here? We've got 6 left on the board. What number do you want, Mike?
What's left?
We got 6. 6 is the only one left. So, Sean, let's see. What's our remaining team? I've done a bad job of keeping track of this.
It's left.
Oh,
Bauer.
How do we overlook the Bauer Saints this whole time?
Bauer Saints coming out of Boston. Tough team. Physical team. Gritty team. Big team.
I don't know if I would have rather pulled the Saints or if I would have pulled the Gods, but either way, you lose in that scenario.
And
these are some tough matchups.
I know, and rumor has it that Bobby Hauser might be joining them for this tournament.
Mm.
So I don't know. I just heard that rumor. I can't substantiate it. We're going to find out in 2 weeks in Pittsburgh. But the Bauer Saints wrapping that up to be a great, tough draw. Looking at these rosters, like the bracketry, Sean, can you show us what this looks like? We cannot yet.
No, we'll
have that out prior to release of this.
Post-production that or something.
But looking at these brackets, just this team, there's not going to be an easy game. This is going to be great hockey all weekend long.
It's going to be incredible. But so we'll be pushing out the brackets later on today. As soon as we can get those up, we'll try and do that. But we'll be putting this live. We appreciate everybody that tunes into this kind of stuff. We're gonna try to make this as professional as we can, and give these guys some recognition and things. We're trying to make this as professional of a sport as we can because the sport deserves it. Everything like that. But make sure you guys are staying tuned with deckhockeyfocus.com. We always have the links to live streams of tournaments. All of our past videos are on there. Basically everything you need is on there. So make sure that's the homepage on your website. And then Shackelford, what do we have in store as far as Deck Hockey Focus is concerned for this tournament? Because we've been covering a lot of these tournaments remotely, but this is the first time we're actually going to be set up on site for a nice East Coast 5-on-5.
Yeah, absolutely. DHF will be traveling out to Pittsburgh for this tournament. We'll be set up within the rink itself, bringing same player interviews, interactions, but we'll be hanging out all weekend as well.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We'll be out in the Bauer fan experience, kind of hanging out with everybody, get a chance to talk, interview, and, kind of
get some feet on
bring
the street.
everything feet on the street. Looking forward to some huge
It's going
games
to be
here.
a great weekend. So everybody stay tuned. As far as it stands right now, God only knows what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of big teams going home losers this weekend, so I can't wait to see that happen. But stay tuned as we continue to bring you guys coverage. Deck Hockey Focus will be on site at the club championships coming up.